Craig Carton mentioned he thinks the 49ers could make a play at him. If you believe Craig Carton, if you're drinking with Craig Carton, then maybe it's true. Craig Carton is trying to sell himself. I'm not taking shots at you, Craig. I'm just speaking the truth. Where do you come up with your information? There's no way in hell the 49ers are going to make a run at him. They just gave Hargrave a big contract. They lose McGlinchey in free agency. They bring in another contract. They have Trey Lance, who's coming back from an injury. If they were going to bring back a quarterback, they would have brought back Jimmy G.
They also traded for Christian McCaffrey, who's another $16 million.
Also, Brock Purdy, who will be back sometime this season, could be in the second half, probably a quarter left of the season. They don't need Aaron Rodgers. And no fan is going to want to see Aaron Rodgers playing from the Packers organization, a 49er.
Don't forget, they also have Jets great Sam Darnold.
And Sam Darnold is a good pickup for them. I believe he's going to win the job. And I wouldn't be surprised if he is the future starting quarterback for that 49ers team because he has the athletic ability. He's still fairly young and he has the arm strength. And I think he just needed to go to a team that has a good coach, a good offensive-minded coach. I think Sam is going to fit like a glove there. But I don't care what Craig Carton says. I don't care what anybody says. Skip Bayless. None of them. Because it's just a rumor. It's their rumor. I have heard nothing from anybody from the 49ers organization that says that they're interested in Aaron Rodgers. And I don't even know if Aaron Rodgers wants to play there anymore. There was just a post by Alan Lazard that they're trading out in Cal. I think it's pretty obvious where Aaron Rodgers wants to go. The Jets brought in Alan Lazard. I understand he's a good player. Why do you think the Jets brought in Alan Lazard? To make Aaron Rodgers comfortable. Bringing in a young player of that magnitude, a guy that he's used to throwing to in Green Bay, and now he's no longer his number one guy because this year he was his number one guy until Christian Watson figured things out. I can't sit here and tell you when this is going to happen, but Jet fans, everything's going to be fine. I'm not telling you this because I'm a Jet fan. I'm telling you this because I know there is no team the Packers are going to be willing and ready to trade Aaron Rodgers to in the NFC because they already said they're not trading within the conference. And there's nobody in the AFC that needs a quarterback.
And this is coming from a guy in me that isn't a Jets fan. Jets fans, you can relax. It's going to come, and it's going to come at a good price whenever it does happen. This offseason is not going to end in a month. The Jets are not going to have to report to training camp and go play preseason games in a month.
I think it's going to be all about the draft. If they don't trade for him around the draft, shame on the Packers. Because if the Packers don't get the players that they need for Jordan Love, they have to pay Aaron Rodgers in September. That's $60 million they're going to have to pay Aaron Rodgers in September. And they don't want to rush this because if they wait too long, then the Jets could say, we're not even giving you a second-round pick. We're going to give you a third.
And do you really want to bank on, if you're the Packers, a bunch of unknown draft picks where they're going to land rather than a known commodity of, the Jets are drafting at 13. That's going to be a good area in the second round to pick in. The Jets have other draft picks from other teams, too, they could trade. Why would you want to take a chance on unknown commodities? And why would you want to derail the development of somebody like a Jordan Love that definitely needs some other wide receiving help besides Christian Watson, who had a good second half of his rookie year? But still, you're not going to win on just one wide receiver, and no quarterback is going to develop on just one wide receiver. So why are you trying to derail that just to be petty to Aaron Rodgers? The 49ers literally have 3 compensation third-round picks this year as their only picks in the first 4 rounds of the draft, because they traded 3 of them to get Christian McCaffrey. First-round pick obviously went to the Dolphins and then eventually to the Broncos in the deal to get Trey Lance. That's what you think is going to get Aaron Rodgers to the 49ers? Now, Aaron Rodgers did mention he always wants to play with the 49ers, but the 49ers don't have enough to trade. They don't have enough salary cap right now. There's no way that he'll be able to do it this year. Maybe in 2 years, if he opts out of that other end of his contract, maybe he still wants to play. Maybe he plays 1 year there and then retires, but it's not going to happen this year.
Why do you think Odell Beckham hasn't signed with anybody? Why do you think Ben Jones hasn't signed with anybody else? Ben Jones right now is the best center available right now this offseason. He is a Pro Bowl caliber player at that position. Why do you think he hasn't gone anywhere? Because he's waiting to find out what Aaron Rodgers is doing. When Aaron Rodgers is signed, everything will fall together for the New York Jets. I know Jet fans are not happy about how slow this is going and when is it going to happen, but you should be excited that they're moving in the proper direction and not giving away pieces that we've seen Jets teams do over and over again the wrong way because of bad ownership or just bad GM-ship. And I say GM-ship because it's a GM and it sinks. The ship sinks. Let's take away Tannenbaum. He was a pretty decent GM. But after that, John Isnick, he was horrible. Mike McCagnon, horrible. There's nothing in the last 2 terms when it comes to GM ships that I can honestly say, wow, those guys did a decent job because they didn't leave anything to this roster except maybe Quentin Williams after they left.